This is a different movie, and it's potentially a really big minefield. You are dealing with material that is cornerstone to three major world religions. There are so many wrong turns you can take, and so many reasons not to do this project. Um, why say yes to directing this project?
I didn't say yes to directing the project for a very long time. I was still at Disney when Jeffrey left. We'd gotten to know each other on Lion King. He kept calling me, but he wouldn't tell me what the film was. And originally he wanted me to come over to help set up the story department and be sort of the head story person at DreamWorks, which that I found exciting because I also found after the success of Lion King at Disney, suddenly all of the financial heads had turned to look at animation, and it had started becoming very corporate and it's like the tail wagging the dog with marketing saying, okay, now you're going to make this, and now you're going to do it this way, and now you're going to, as opposed to letting us do what we do and then marketing it, so that was driving me a little crazy, but now that's just how it all works. So so finally he told me what it was, and I was like, but Jeffrey, it has God in it. Are you crazy? And for exactly that reason, I was very dubious, but I was ready to move on from Disney. This seemed like an opportunity to get another studio going, to give them some healthy competition. I didn't want Disney to fail by any stretch. I knew it wouldn't, but wouldn't it be great if more artists had more places to go and different choices? And so that was the reason I initially went to DreamWorks, was for that. But then Jeffrey kept asking people to direct, and they kept saying no because of all of those reasons. And but I think initially the plan was that Joe Ranft was going to direct it, and I was going to be his head of story. And that was one of the main reasons I went. And then at the last minute, Joe jumped ship and went to Pixar. And I was like, I think that's partly why Joe finally got me up to Pixar, to try to make up to me for abandoning me on Prince of Egypt. But so I mean, Jeffrey had asked my husband, Kevin Lima, to direct it, but he was already on his way to direct Tarzan at Disney. So I was this head of story without a director. And I remember a meeting, he'd come in and said, Brenda, I'd like you to direct it. And I said, Jeffrey, I don't know the rest of I made a student film, but I don't, so I think I'll be stronger for you as just head of story and to focus on that. And then like a week later, we were in a meeting with the producers, Sandy Ravens and Penny Finkelman Cox. And he said, Sandy and Penny, have you found a director yet? And they said, no, we haven't found one yet. And he looked at me and said, Brenda, you're directing until I find somebody else. And I suddenly was not given a choice. So sort of interim director. So I was basically, I realized that everything supports the story. So the animation supports the look of the film. And so I realized, this is kind of what I trained for on Lion King in a way. Everything supports it. So once I got my head wrapped around that, I was like, okay, I think, and I started enjoying it. So I finally told him, okay, Jeffrey, I'll stay. You don't have to keep looking for somebody else, because they also, Spielberg had wanted to bring in some of his guys from Emblemation. And so that's when Simon Wells and Steve Hickner came on. But I'd already been working on it for like 3 or 4 months before they came on to it. But yeah, that's how I got into it. But I was assured that they would have every leader coming in and talking to them and running things by them. And, they were going to try to navigate that minefield as best we could.